Welcome to the Aiki Dojo Podcast. I am David Ito, Chief Instructor of the Aikido Center of Los Angeles. And with me is...
Mike Van Ruth, Aikido 4th Dan, Iaido 4th Dan.
And Bill D'Angelo, Aikido 4th Dan.
And with us today, we have a special guest, Santiago Almaraz from Salamanca Aikikai.
Hi. Salamanca Aikikai, Kodokai Dojo, 5 Dan, Godan, Aikido Aikikai.
And he's the Chief Instructor of Kodokai Dojo.
Right.
Welcome.
Welcome, everyone.
We wanted to interview you as our first interview, so that people can kind of get to know you a little bit better. Some of the students at Aikido Center of Los Angeles already know you, but maybe they don't really know you. So we kind of wanted to get to know you better. So how long have you been practicing Aikido?
Practicing Aikido, I think, seriously, since I met Furuya Sensei. A couple years before, because I met Furuya Sensei in 97. So I started in 92, 93, but seriously it was in 97.
Who did you start with in 1992?
I will start here with a friend, because before I have a school here, a little school of Kempo, with an American guy, a friend. We have a school here, and we just teach Kempo, but he used to travel to New York, and one of those years, he come back with Aikido thing. So I don't know anything about Aikido. So he would like to introduce Aikido in the school. So he teach me a little things. So we decided to start to know more about Aikido. So it was like he is Salamanca is a small city. So for you maybe some of these different martial arts is more common, but here before in the 90s, in the 80s, we don't know only about karate or judo. So Aikido for me is like, what is Aikido? I have no idea what is Aikido. So he introduced me in that, and so I would like to begin to learn Aikido. Basic Aikido, because he just take a couple of classes there in New York, maybe in New York Aikikai. So he came with some Ikkyo, something about Aikido. Probably it's not Aikido either. So but it was funny. So that was my start there.
That's interesting. But why did you want to start Aikido?
In fact, I don't want to start Aikido because I was, yeah, that's true. I was a karate, a Kempo. I was, most of you start with, you are young, 4 years old, start with judo, karate, but it's like a play with martial art, not like a focus, like a training martial art. So I just focused my career in more Kempo, but since I met Aikido in 92, was like, I don't looking for Aikido looking for me, because this guy, insists to introduce Aikido in the school where we are practicing. So that was my first meeting with Aikido. And after a half year, I began to feel something for Aikido that was different. It was like, something like make me think a lot, make me change my view of martial art. So I beginning to explore other part of martial art that I never found in other arts, So what's like Aikido surprised me. I don't looking for Aikido because I read a book. Oh, I have to learn this martial art. No, I have no this inquietude. Or in my city there's no Aikido teacher, nothing. So Aikido surprised me in that way, because I have no idea about Aikido. That guy bring something. He showed me what he learned. He said, "Oh wow, we should start to practice Aikido." And we decided to walk this road because we have no reference. Just one in a year he came to New York because he has family here. So what kind of Aikido you can learn.
Very limited.
So, just insist.
Well, Santiago, first I'd like to say it's really great to see you and to see you smiling. It's been over a year. Normally we would see each other earlier in the year. I just have a question. How are you doing? How are things right now in Salamanca?
The things I think that all over the world are hard. I don't know, but especially for our world in martial art, when we need, to practice, you have the contact of the people, you teach people, and it's harder, I think so, because we since we could not understand Aikido without the students, without touch. In this year we have to learn all this kind of new world of Aikido, like, but I could go to my dojo, I can touch anyone, but I wanna teach something. So was a big deal for, I think, for all teachers around the world to beginning to learn something that we are not prepared for that. So I think that Sensei Ito, I have to review all the things that we know about Aikido. I say how we can still teaching without touch, without be in contact with my student, without. So for me, I think that was a great experience. Of course, I prefer the regular way to teach.
Don't we all?
But what a great experience about how you have to renew, how renew all your concept about Aikido, how you have to think a lot about how connect with the students, because it's easy when you are in class and you can touch, you can move your feet, but when you are on your screen, it's really hard. So I think that for me, I think there was a great opportunity for all the Aikido teacher, to change the point of view of the martial art, how you connect. I have a lot of, I have many references about your dojo, about how you use the reference, how you have to do videos, how you do all these kind of things. I think they never happen if we have no COVID. So I think it was great, because many of them, when this happened, this passed away, probably we forget, but many of these things still we work on that. So we'll be good. I think it will be good. Yeah, in Spain is the same. Some students quit because they does not have the passion of it's hard work, because when you have a class, you spend 1 hour, teach 1 hour, that's it. But when you have to prepare videos, do things that takes a lot of time, a lot of work. So I think the same in America. Many dojos here close and waiting for a better day. After this happened, but doesn't look this happen soon. In Spain, we're beginning to close some place, some school of dojos close again. We have to use masks again after a year. So I don't think that will be worse that in the last year, but doesn't look that we will have the normality that we experiment in 2000. I think this is my view. In Spain, it's the same. We have a group. We still practice, but we have to use masks. So I don't know. It's hard. It's hard.
So you were talking about the fact that your friend brought back Aikido from New York, and you started training in it hesitantly, but you started thinking about, hey, more about Aikido. Started, obviously, I guess for lack of a better word, started falling in love with the art. What was the thing that triggered you? Hey, I'm going to travel halfway across the world to visit this teacher in Los Angeles, and then embark on this adventure to come out all the way out here. What was it that caused you to make that decision?
I think that these things happen in your life. You don't think about it. It's like you just let it go. Yeah, okay. Let's see what's going on. No, I think in 1993, my father passed away. Yeah, I was studying university. So, but I'm not sure about if it's what I want or not. I was studying architecture there, and I think I need something more. And I was very introduced in martial art because it helped me a lot after my father passed away. It's something that you feel safe. It's something for me it was really good martial art for that. And I think that I was trying here in Spain with different Aikido teacher. And I don't think is bad or good, but the question is that I feel that have to be something more about Aikido. What I feel from those teacher, is, it's like this, yeah, but they talk about more universe, force, keys, too many concepts that for me was really like, what? I don't understand. Yeah, because in other martial art it's more, I don't know, it's more specific. It's not like Aikido. Many teachers here in Europe talk about many key, force. For me was like, well, this had to be more simple, but more clear, but more, I don't know, more my idea of martial art. So I have this. This
Oh.
is the point. This is magazine.
Yeah.
Was the ticket to LA. Right? That's true. This is the first thing that make me think about, wow, this is what I expect for Aikido. When I read the interview about Furuya Sensei, I say, wow, I have this same idea about Aikido that this teacher had. So I said, I have to go there. So I used the money of my university for this year. I spent it in a travel to Los Angeles. In '97, no Google Map, no no booking or nothing. So I just check it by internet, a ticket, and go there. I found a hotel, a nice hotel close to the airport, and Inglewood, nice neighborhood. And I go there, and I spend almost 36 hours until I arrive to LA. For me, I just stay outside from Spain one time to New York, but it was the first time I fly alone. I have no idea about anything, so I go to LA. I say, okay, this is it's something you just follow your way, and just we'll see what's going on. And so I was lucky. I was looking that way, because when you go so far, you don't know what's happened. Maybe I knock the door, I open up, a crazy guy who never know. But I think that in that way I was lucky, very, 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 very lucky with that. So the first I don't know how to say it, but my click to go there was read this. It's incredible how some articles make you change your life, because you buy a magazine of martial arts, you read something, you say, wow, it's nice. Today doesn't happen this. I think the word that it probably is on all interview of Furuya Sensei that was in other magazine in America, because I see before this, when I was in your dojo, I see the same interview in some American magazine or something like that. So probably it's a copy of other American magazine.
I've never even seen that. I've never even seen that article
Never?
before. No.
No?
No.
No?
I don't know.
No? I sent some copies to Furuya Sensei when he was alive. So
Yeah. So did you speak English when
so
you?
was fine, because he talked about he built his dojo, what the way he teach, the idea about Aikido, about Jaido. So wow, for me was very impressive that, So I think that is all of you know Furuya Sensei how impressed could be, So since first day I knocked the door, not first day, I remember it was Sunday, all of you know. Some guy opened the door after, take a couple of bus from Inglewood, and was Sunday, kids class, and some instructor opened the door, and I say, yeah, I come to practice. No, today is Sunday, no class, come tomorrow. And so I take the bus, go back to the hotel. I go back for Monday class. Yeah. But for me was exciting, because I was 24 or 23, 24. So for me, it was exciting travel to, to know myself. So I know all aspect, So it was incredible travel.
So did you speak English at that time?
Mm, as bad now as now. No. It's like now. Yes, barely. I communicate, but I don't speak English. I don't speak English. I just, try to communicate. I try to use some word I know, but I have no my knowledge about English.
And then when
at all.
when you came to Los Angeles, what rank were you?
I was first dan, Southern. I was Southern. I get my first Southern here in Spain, but as you know, it's something that since I spent my 2 or 3 days in Los Angeles, I know that I have to be part of this. I don't know why. No, don't ask me why I feel that, but I was like, I'm completely sure I have to be here. I don't know why, but it's something that you see. Say, I want this. I don't know. It's like you fit completely. You say, wow, this is my place. So what's a nice experience.
Well, I can understand exactly how you feel about that because that was precisely my feelings when I came to visit because I had trained at a different Aikido school in Orange County, and then coming up here and training one class in the dojo, and I'm like, this is my home. This is where I need to be.
Yeah, right,
You just know
right,
it.
right.
It's like it's nothing more true than at that moment you have that epiphany that this is the place I need to be. So I understand exactly how you feel.
It's like remember I told you, when I'm here in Europe, many teachers talk about many things in class about something that I don't understand. With Furuya was simple, just practice, and that's it. It's like a more simple. It's the way I say, wow, this is simple because you can feel it. You don't need these thousands of words I don't understand about, crazy things. For me, was like a wake up about that, like crazy. This for me was the first say, wow, this is what I want. This is the teacher that I think that I want for Aikido. So it doesn't mind about if it's hard or the class was very stressful. No, I like this kind of class, but the question was the connection about the idea about Aikido. For me, was the click for me. Was the point.
Santiago, do you remember your first class when you came out here on that Monday night?
I don't know. Remember Sunday morning? I remember Kenny Fuyo opened the door, with the kids class. I remember opening the door to tell me today is no class, adult class, come tomorrow, something like that. But I remember all of you. I remember Sensei Ito. I remember Ken Watanabe. I remember was a crazy class. It's like I feel like I'm the dummy here. Everyone want to dance with me. But what's nice because I feel like it's the way it should be. I don't feel like look, this guy you treat me bad, because right now if you do this in the dojo, probably you have a problem because we try to take care of the new people. For me, it was like something that I have to do it. I have to say, hey, I came here to train. I didn't come here for make friends. If make friends is fine, good. But I came here to train. I have to show how much I want to train. But today, this concept is kind of different. We try to do easy for the new people. New people, okay, if you can roll, don't roll. If you don't, for me, no one asked me if I could roll. Just throw them. So, but I don't feel like they hate me or something like that. For me, it was the way it should be. But maybe I'm wrong. But for me, it was the day it should be.
No, you didn't feel like anybody hated you when you came?
I think that probably I'm not the more lovely person there, nobody loves me, I think so because I'm the French, I'm the Spanish guy, I'm the but it's something that is natural. It's like you have your group of family. Someone comes there, and it's like some people accept, some people don't accept. But it's your instinct to keep your group. So for me, I don't feel like somebody. Furia Sensei make me the things easy. It's like he treat me very well. He always take care about people, take care of me, and what I do every day there. Oh, you should go have a lunch with Santiago. For some was nice, if for other was more obligation. I think so, but I don't care. You know what I mean? I think there is natural way. Some people probably they hate me, but I don't feel that anyone treat me very bad. Because maybe it's kind of because you are the guy from outside. For me, I say that for me it's easy. When I always say that for me it was easy to go there 1 month or a couple of weeks to Los Angeles and train with Furia hard. But for what was harder for all of you, they spend all day with Furia Sensei there. For me it's easy because go there for a month, train, but I go back home. But you stay day as Sensei Ito or Ken Watanabe can spend a lot of time there every day. Have to be very stressful because Furia Sensei was a good teacher, but was someone to demand a lot of. So when people tell me, "Oh, you train hard," no way. You stay here every day. Every day here in Los Angeles with Furia is wow. It's really hard work. For me, it's easy.
What was it like the day after you got back from your first trip? You were like, you got home from Spain, and then you're like, maybe taught. I don't know if you were with Susanna at the time, and then you have to say, this is what it was like. So how did you feel after you came back that next day?
I don't know, because it's very difficult to express, what you feel, because you have some many, emotion, like you feel, you live so many moments, that it's hard to express, how lucky you are about that, about, wow. It's like you find something like a treasure, you say, how it's possible? It's like you find something, that you never think could happen. So you have a great responsibility, because you have 1 year to keep in your mind what you learn. Because my purpose to go there is not because I want to be a good teacher. Of course, you want to be a good teacher, but it's because you want to teach here. If you want to teach here, you have to be clear that all the things that you learn are clear, and you don't, if you come there in January, probably in June, you are doing another things that, is not Aikido. So it's like a lot of, responsibility when you go there to record the class, take your note, because it's all the work, all 1 year work. So when you go back here, you have to train, and try to don't do stupid things, or try to keep, all the teaching of Furia Sensei as much close he teach you. But it's hard because the first time I came, I could believe that how lucky I am, because I don't know if one of you have this kind of experience about that you travel, to find a teacher of Aikido, and you find a family. It's like crazy. We are talking about 20 something years before now by online, it's like crazy.
But I mean, were you afraid? Like, did you get back and you're like, wow, I don't know anything and I am afraid now?
No, that's right. That's right. The problem is that when you go out your home, maybe when you are safe in your home, you think you know something, but when you go outside and you say, wow, you are like you have a lot of work to do. But in one way, it's good for you, because you have for me it was like okay, I don't mind how many years takes that, how many years I have to work, but I found the place, I found the road, It's like I don't mind. I don't worry about if it takes a long time, will be hard. No, I think the question was, I'm in the right road. I don't mind. That's it. I just have to follow this teacher, and this was the most important thing that could happen, because you are safe in that way. The problem now is because is sometimes because I don't understand some teacher or some jumping one another, as teachers, because for me I was happy just follow Furuya Sensei, because it's like I just try to follow his path. That's it. So I don't need to introduce other teachers. So when people ask me, you go other seminar, when I come here, my mind is only focused in one way. For me, it's really hard to change things or to follow the idea of Furia's Aikido. No, it's because different. It's like takes a long time to copy, to follow a teacher, to just follow a copy another 2 or 3 teacher. For me, it's, maybe I'm too stupid, but for me, it was enough with one teacher. and Furuya Sensei is like that.
But why didn't you go to Japan instead of Los Angeles?
I don't know. Maybe if I read this article and if Furuya Sensei live in Japan, probably I move to Japan. Probably, I don't know. But maybe it's because I think the language could be a little bit more easy than, because if you go to Japan, I don't know in the 90s how many people could speak Spanish. Of course not, but English maybe. But it's because I think it was the because I go there not for Los Angeles. I go there for the teacher. So I don't think if he live in Madagascar, probably I will go to Madagascar. I don't know, because when I read the article, he live in Los Angeles, but that's it. I don't know a special interest to go to Los Angeles. For me, it's, I will be happy if he live here in France or in England. It's close, but he live in Los Angeles. So, but I don't think that for me it was the teacher. Not the place. For me, Los Angeles is nice city, but I go there for Furuya Sensei.
Now, you had since then you've been coming back here every year, and that's quite a feat, because I relocated to Arizona for 5 years, and driving out here once, twice a month, 5.5 hours there, here 5.5 hours back, seemed a daunting task many times, but I didn't have to fly all the way halfway around the world every year to come back and train. Did that ever get difficult, or you're like, man, I got to go back out there this year? What was your thoughts about that? And kudos to you for having that level of commitment.
I think the hard part, when I think that if I do this, I could do it all year. It was when I have my kids. I think that was the point, because Sensei Ito know it. When you travel and you have kids, it's really hard. But it's not because you don't want to do it, because you have another responsibility. If something happened to you, if you crash, if you die, this is happen. You are in the other part of the world, but I think that it's the only thing I could do for Furuya Sensei. You know what I mean? Every time I go to Los Angeles, he spend a lot of time with me. No, probably not. He only here his student, everyone. So the only way I have to get back is show him that I'm here. That I'm here for him every year. Doesn't matter what happened, rain, cold, snow. So that's it. I don't think too much about even Susanna, my wife. Even don't ask me if this year will go. It's like yeah, of course I will go. I don't know, depend on how many days, depend many other things, economic things, but I was completely sure that I have to go. It's like I have to. I don't know. Yeah, the only thing as I told you, is when you think like maybe this year my kids is 1 year or just a few months. I don't know if I should go, but I say that if I have to go, I have to go, and that's it. And this like as I told you, is the only thing it's the same if I have to train hard. It's the only way the student could show the teacher that you want to learn. How I show my teacher that I like this the dojo, the way he teach, how I appreciate he all his work. Train hard. It's the only thing I have. I have no money. I never pay Furia Sensei. Never ask me for money. Never. For nothing. So the only way I have to show that is training. That's it. Sometimes it's more simple than we think.
That's the one thing he believed in, is training hard. That was his core value there. And thank God for our wives, yours as well as mine and ours, is understanding our dedication to the art and being able to give us that opportunity to go and do that. So, we got to count our blessings.
So, what if you think about it and you think back, what was your fondest memory of Furuya Sensei?
Wow. Yeah, it's hard to, because I follow you, of course, in all the podcasts, and when you talk about all these stories, I say, wow, I would like to be there, but I was not there because I just go there a couple week or month in a year. So I say, I don't know. It's like more like a moment. It's like what he give me. He gave me a kind of thing, a lot of things like I like show me like how a martial art should be. How a martial art like defend yourself. A deep martial art, like how you have to be your behavior. How it's possible that after 20 something years you bow in your own dojo, you think in your teacher, and you think you have to do the things right because your teacher. I look at you. To me, it's every class. It's incredible. Even people like close to me, that doesn't happen. That things that's a strong power in one person. So every time you do something, you think in that. How Furia Sensei feel? Will be rude? Will be good? Will be right? He should do this. He probably he don't do that. So if someone like give you this kind of I don't know of values of life, for me was that deep thing, because he not only about he teach, he know about many martial art. He was a great teacher, but he was a great friend too, because when you finish class, he always, for me, I talking from my experience, he always have a time to go dinner, go lunch, or find a new place. He know I love this chicken or wherever. He always try to find something new to surprise me or to give me. So when you find someone, he don't have to do that. He don't have to do it. I'm nothing. I'm a black, Spanish guy from another part of the world. I'm not famous. I have no money. I don't promote him for anything, and he do it because he was a great teacher. So this is something that, for me, is something I try to transmit to my students. First the person, second martial arts. First, if you are not a good person, you never could be a martial art. And I think the Furia Sensei was a really great person for me. I know that in this life, everyone have his point of view, probably for someone. For me, I never ask for anything. Never. Always take care. When my dojo burn, he make a collect. So these kind of things that even some of your family don't do it for you. If you have a teacher in another part of the world do that, say, wow.
Your dojo burned down?
Yeah, I mean, in 2000. Yeah. And in 2000.
And then
We
Furia
went
Sensei,
down and
and then he
after the I think it was the 6th anniversary, something like that. Born.
And then
so we lost almost everything.
Wow. And Furia Sensei sent you money?
Yeah, make a collect to collect. He did for the dojo, and he take care of you can imagine how many things. Well, yeah, already how many things he could take care about. People. It's incredible how he could take care of so much with so much heart. For me, it was like a father in that way, because it's like someone he is like take care of your friends, your students. Any student, I bring with some student to LA for many years, and he treat him very, 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 very well. He always take care of anyone. Doesn't matter. I don't know. For me, it was a great experience. A great experience. For me, of course, we are here. Yeah, I follow the dojo. Yeah, I follow you. Because I think that days have to be really hard to keep this kind of legacy, because no one could support that. Because it's like for essence is here. I have to. I could reach this kind of high level of. And I think that all of you there are doing a great job to keep this alive. So for me, it's good, because if I feel that, I tell that with my hand, my heart. If I feel that something happened about the Furia legacy, about the values of the things change, probably I break my heart. But for me, I'm lucky. The standard of the dojo and the attitude and the values are great. So congratulations for you, to all of you, because they're doing great things.
So now that Furia Sensei has been passed away for almost 15 years, who do you look up to as your teacher? What do you look? Do you have a teacher?
I never consider a great teacher. Maybe not a great Aikidoist. I'm a regular Aikidist. But for me, the purpose of my time now is will be a great teacher for my students. I think the next generation will be much better. Much better in all aspects of Aikido. So I think that from my point of view, I think that I would like to. That Furia Sensei, of course, never passed away. Yeah, I still, enjoy with travel and learn more. But in one way, it's something that I don't know. Anyone have to grow. I don't feel that. I feel that the teacher here is from the distance is kind of different. Because I have my own way, but every time here I'm alone. All of you have reference. Bill have Sensei to reference, Ken Watanabe reference. You have each other, but right here, I just I have my experience. But after so many years, the Furia Sensei passed away. I think that still we could recognize the Aikido of Furia Sensei in his class. Every time I in my dojo or go there, I could recognize Furia. So this is nice. No, that means that no anyone do wherever they want or change with different style, change or add many things. So in that way, I think this is great. In my dojo, I think it's the same. I try to don't add other things that disturb the Furia Sensei way. So I think that I just try to follow what he teach. I think that we have so many things to learn from what he teaches. I don't need to explore other things. Maybe as a teacher, you go deeper in some concept that his kokyu, the way he do his iriminage, you go deeper in that things, but don't try to. I don't interest in try to find my own style. Probably you don't know it, but you have your own style because anyone is different. So at last you do the things different. But I think that you have still many things to learn for your teacher, even he's passed away.
So now that you've been a teacher for, what year did you start your dojo?
In my dojo, 98.
1998.
My Kodokai dojo, yeah, Kodokai is 98, but I've been teaching Aikido since 94.
Okay, so then it's close to, 25, 30 years of Aikido training and teaching. What do you think is your philosophy? What is your philosophy of Aikido or teaching or?
I was just remember your podcast about traditional, it was very interesting, about all this. I think that we are traditional. I feel traditional, but you have to accommodate to the new technologies. I don't think we have to live with this. We have to live with Zoom. We have to live with online class. But doesn't mean we have to change our way to think how martial arts should be. For me, one thing that Furuya Sensei, make me think is like, Aikido is a martial art. That's it. So it's a martial art. You think like a martial art, even it's the art of peace, and you have to control yourself, you control your opponent, and try to don't hurt him. But it's a martial art. So you have to work in that way, and you have to be seriously. You have to be trained hard. Many people think because you are practice Aikido, you can be more relaxed or more passive or more. No, Aikido, the way I feel it, the way I live it, is hard. It's really hard martial art. It's painful. Sometimes you back, your shoulder hurt, and I think that is the way it should be martial art, because you have to. It's something you have to pass in your life. It's something you have to feel it. After that, when you have all the experience, you beginning to maturate and you assimilate other aspect of martial art. But if you don't have this kind of experience, I think that you don't understand very well, how martial art should be. So for me, I think the traditional, I consider it traditional, but traditional the way that you have to keep your value, like loyalty, responsibility, all these kind of things, they make you a human being, a good person. In Spain, it's hard to find many. I don't know what happened there, but many people here, when they came to the dojo with kids, they don't wanna. They learn martial art or Aikido. They want to be good person. No, it's very exciting. He's he's very, I don't know how to say. In Spain, the young people is kind of, have no kind of balance. Here they have to follow his gi, bow in the dojo. All these things is part of traditional. I don't know why people are so afraid about traditional. Sometimes when they say that, it's like it's something something that is doesn't you can use. Traditional doesn't mean something wrong. Many people use like this word like yeah, it's traditional. It's not like MMA or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, but it's nothing. It's not nothing bad. I don't think that. For me, traditional have many good things that people have to. The people that have no passion to see it. Traditional way means that you have to work without expecting, a medal gold or something like that. Yeah, but people are not ready for that. People are ready for, I train 2 days, okay, I get this. No, you go to train every day. Go to train every day. We'll see what's happening. After 10 years, we'll talk about what do you feel now. But you wanna the result so easy. And in traditional, for me, means that you have to be patient. You have to you have to take your time to learn and trust in your teacher. The problem today is that so many teachers and people don't trust. just jump one another, because there are many fake people that maybe this is not good. I could jump because maybe he teach me faster, or he teach me better, or he jump before. I can imagine go to LA, find Furuya Sensei, and say, I should train another Aikido teacher. I go and the next block to find another. No, you have to give a chance. You have to be patient and train every day. So, but today doesn't work that way. So it's really hard. We have to find with that. So but I think they will be that will change. I think that, I don't know. I talk here in Spain. The people I have, they understand that the way of I teach is that way. So take your time, just train, and we'll see. I don't show you all the things. You have to discover by yourself. So you have to come here every day, good and bad days, doesn't matter. One day is one day to train. Every day is not good, but some people, as I told you, want something different. They think that Aikido is a martial art that, it's simple. People dance, just follow that. No, but it's something that happens every year. Every time you post some articles about Furuya Sensei, these posts are from 80s or something like that, they talk about the same we talk now. Same. People don't understand. People just want something quick. But we have the same problem. People, technology, this and that. And it's funny, because it's almost 30 years before. And we have the same. People just want run. But I think that we are lucky, because I think that there are people that think the same way we think. We want a good place to practice martial art with some value. So we are few. That's it. But martial art is not for everyone. I'm sure. I'm completely sure. But the same that soccer is not for everyone, or basket is not for everyone. I have no problem with that. I don't expect that all the people like Aikido. No, I don't like that. I don't think it will be good. People don't. Just a few people could understand what Aikido really means. Just a few. The rest, quick. That's it.
When you first came back after your first trip to LA, how did you train yourself? Because you're not with Furuya Sensei, obviously. How did you train yourself?
Yeah, I just I have my friends. I had a small group with, I think, the 5 or 6 people. So I just try to you practice what I learned, because I record some class and I take notes. So I begin to Kokyu 1,000 times, and that's it. Just try to copy. And he gave me a 9 serious video in VHS, in video, video. Remember videotapes? He gave me the 9 videos. So I watch it every day, to try to copy, because it's the only way to follow. Because the first month since I came to LA, it's easy to remember, but when after 7, 8, almost 1 year, you are not really sure about everything. So you have to check, and the videos help me a lot. The videos, I think was the greatest thing that he did. I think was great, because are simple. They have a lot of details, and it was easy to follow. And for me, was a second teacher here, because I have all the information. Of course, you have to practice, and you have to, and that's it. This is the secret. I went to LA for 1 month, came here, watch videos, train, try to copy, and go back next year, fix, try to fix, this is wrong, go back and
teach yourself English.
Yeah, no, I just, because he had a great English, very clear, and I think that because he's a clever, smart, he used simple words to communicate with me. He he do easy for me too, because every time we talk, for me was easy to understand what he want to say, or what he want, correct me. I have many class, private class in Jairo and this and that, and I have no any problem with communication, because I feel that when he talk with other students, probably for me was really hard to understand, but for me, he have the difference to speak more easy, more simple. So as I told you, this kind of detail that you feel that he take care, about he want to be sure that I understand this and that. So what's the English, of course, I'm completely sure that if I learn more English, for me will be easy, because some of the explanation sometimes probably I lost. I don't understand, but in Aikido maybe it's because I copy much better, because I have no the words to understand, so I have to see what's going on, because sometimes you try to understand more or less what he wants to say, but you just try to see as much as possible, like a record what's happening in every movement.
So now that it's been almost 30 years since you first came and started Aikido, and now Furuya Sensei has been passed away for 15 years, how do you train yourself now?
Now it's different. Of course, I don't have to take care about, so I don't have to worry about too much about if I remember something, but about how do something. But I have a nice group. All of you know, Sensei to know the school, and I have a student help me a lot, and yeah, I train every class in my dojo. Probably I teach, but I like to practice with students. Doesn't matter if I senior or new one, because I think that as a teacher you have to train too. For me, it's very important train the contact with my students, and because it's something that I need to understand my Aikido. How, because when I practice only with the high level or second dan, people follow because they train with you for many years. It's easy to do technique, but when you use a new white belt and you do technique or you teach, you have to renovate your idea about the techniques, how work, it doesn't work. And so for me, an important part of my Aikido is train. I think that if you have the health, your knees or your elbow or your body, let you train, I think that you have to train. Of course, knowing the level when you are 20s, but you still have to train. For me, it's the best teacher. You could read, of course, I read or watch videos. I'm not very fun to watch videos, because sometimes it's funny, to see videos is good, but for me, I say, what's this video give me something, teach me something? No, it's funny. It's like the same as I see a movie, but I don't, I prefer, practice. I prefer read something that, make me, go deeper in what Aikido, means or something like that. But I don't spend too much time watching videos or something like that from other teachers. Maybe what I do is like now I have DVD, put a DVD of Furuya or something like that. All the things that you post sometimes it's good to see, or some of his teacher, maybe Kanana, something like that. But I'm not a great consumer of the YouTube videos. No, I like the Aikido and the way I be on the mat practice. For me, it's that way.
So, Furuya Sensei talked about this idea of secret work. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. Secret work is this idea that there's all these things that the teacher does that the students never see. Like Furuya Sensei did the whole newsletter, formatting, writing, printing, mailing, all by himself. No one ever sees that. And all the work that he does, not necessarily on the mat, but on and off the mat. Yeah. So he called it secret work. Yeah. So for you, what do you do which is secret that you would like to tell us? that you don't mind giving up your secret that no one knows but you?
I don't know. I think that I in my dojo, I think this since '98. I think that I did 99% of things. Now I try to delegate, but I did everything since pay the rent, do the advertising for the kids class, though I think that I did everything in the dojo, everything. Clean my own dojo, of course.
What's something you do which no one knows that is,
It's
like if you think about I know everyone knows you're an avid runner, and then everyone knows you drink coffee right before bed, which is totally crazy to Americans. So that's not a secret. we want to know what's the secret to Santiago's success. Is it whey protein, plain white bread? Is it doing push-ups every morning? What's the secret?
No,
we want to know.
I love coffee. I love coffee. It doesn't matter what. I think this is my drugs. Coffee. That's right. Sorry. No American coffee. Spanish espresso hard coffee. Black like a petroleum. But that's it. I'm not considered a person have a kind of tics of things. But nap, of course. I need a nap.
Oh.
That's gone.
When did you begin the naps? When did you start doing your naps? About what age?
I think they were 30, 35, something like that. I think I need it. My body need a rest. Yeah, that's what I feel now. If I don't do it, I'm like a 4-year-old baby. I have bad humor.
Yeah, because for me, right about 1:30 in the afternoon, it punches me in the face, and I'm like, oh, I feel a nap coming on.
But I try to control, because before it was like for 1 hour, and now it's half an hour. Half an hour is enough. If I if it's crazy. No
I agree.
I have bad humor. So I try to. So I think the only thing I wake up late. I wake up early, sorry. And I think that since you get older, you try to be more, to try to take care of yourself. I think this is my feeling. I feel that when you pass, you train too much, your body can assimilate the same way. So I try to be more patient and more quiet about training. If before I think I train a couple hours a day, 2 or 3 hours a day, 2 hours, 3 hours. And now I think that I only train 1 hour a day or something like that, depending on my body. This is what I'm beginning to feel, that your body is not the same. So you have to change with that, no? But I like almost everything. I like to spend time.
Well, we've reached probably the end of this interview, so I want to thank you very much, and we really appreciate you coming on all the way from Spain, and we like to thank everyone who's watching and listening. We really appreciate you listening in on our podcast. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching and tuning in and subscribing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Santiago.
Thank you. Thank you very much, all of you. Thank you very much.